In this video, we are going to take a look at our last couple of tools. These tools are basically just to help you get around the document window or the canvases inside of Photoshop. So if you look at the bottom, we have three tools. We have the hand tool and the rotate view tool. You can see the hand tool is shortcut code H. The rotate view tool is shortcut R. And then we have the zoom tool, which is shortcut key Z, and there's no tools underneath that. That's just the last tool there. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the hand tool. This is shortcut key H, and basically it just allows you to move around the document window when the image is bigger than the actual window itself. So if we just zoom in here, and I'll show you how to zoom using the tool here in a minute, or you can go up to the top to view and zoom in and zoom out. And with the hand tool selected, we can just go ahead and move around this window. Now, we're not moving the image itself, so we're not editing anything. We're just able to view around and work on the spot that we need. So we can come in the image and we can work over here, and then we can zoom out and maybe move to this side of the image and zoom in and work and move out. So the hand tool is going to just give you the ability to zoom in and out of your document. Now, because it's the image is smaller than the screen, I can't move anything right now. But as soon as I zoom in and I can't see the borders, it allows me to do that. Something else you can do is you can actually use the space bar to bring up the hand tool when you're working with another tool. So if I have my paintbrush tool selected and say I'm in here painting and I don't want to go over to the hand tool, I can hold the space bar. It turns into the hand tool, and that's a quick shortcut to come around and move and then edit with a brush and then move and edit with a brush. It's probably one of the most commonly used shortcut keys you will have is a space bar, but you also have the ability to use the tool itself. So let's go ahead and zoom out. We also have the rotate view tool, the R tool. So this is really handy because it allows us to rotate the canvas, not in an editable way, but just in a way to work better. So if I'm working on this image and say I'm using a tablet and I color, but my method of coloring is I actually turn the paper, well, that's what this tool is going to allow us to do. It allows us to rotate the canvas around. We're not editing the dimensions. We're not using any of the transform tools. We're not editing the image rotation itself. We're just turning the canvas around so that we can work on that image. And you can see a little compass will point up here to show us the right way to get back to where we need to be. And then once we move that back up, we can hold down the shift key and it will lock it into degrees, which is a little easier too. If you can't get back to center, you can hold down the shift key and it will lock it for you, or you can let go and freehand move it around for us. But it's just a way for us to move around the canvas, and it's great for coloring or doing different things where you have to get a different angle to get your things to line up correctly. Below that, we have the zoom tool with the shortcut letter Z, and the zoom tool has a couple different options at the top. We have a plus and a minus. So with the plus selected, if I just click one time, it'll zoom in, or I can click and hold and drag and it'll zoom in for us. So if I go left and right, it'll zoom in and out for us nice and easily like that. If I hold the minus zoom tool and I click one time, it'll zoom out. And then if I click and drag, it'll zoom in and out for us also. So it doesn't matter which tool you're using. You can also hold the Alt key to pick the opposite tool. So I can have the plus, I can click a couple times, and then I can hold down Alt or Option, and it'll turn to the minus, and I can zoom back out again. Another thing you can do is you can use Control and the plus button to zoom in, or Control and the minus button to zoom out. And that allows you to keep your right hand free to work and zoom in and out with the shortcut keys. You don't have to have the zoom tool selected just like the hand tool. So if I have my brush and I'm painting with my right hand and I don't want to go to the zoom tool and use my right hand and mess up my workflow, I can use Control plus. I'm actually using the control on the right side of the keyboard. My keyboard has two controls, and you might have two controls or two commands on your keyboard. I'm using the one on the right hand side underneath the backspace and the shift and the enter key, and by using that one I can actually hit the plus button and the minus button all with my left hand and still work with my right hand. So I can paint and zoom in and out, hold the space bar, move around, zoom in and out, and Paint and keep going without ever having to pull those tools up. But those tools are available for you if you would like to use them. They are very handy, but I do recommend using some of those other shortcuts like Space and Controller Command Plus or Controller Command Minus to zoom in and out and to get around the document window.